Hey YouTube, this is NuggetsHoopster here, and today I'm bringing you a kind of a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about how you should go about deciding what deck to play in this format. Um, and I'm obviously going to go into more detail about that, but first, I want you guys, if you are on Dueling Network, this is Dueling Network. Obviously, this is my profile. Um, my username is SupSteve on there. When I'm hosting a game, it'll have my YouTube username in the little box thing. So if you guys are interested in playing me on Dueling Network, I'd be more than happy to play you. Just you can probably send me a message on there because you can see when I'm online and when I'm available to play. So just wanted to mention Dueling Network real quick. Great program, by the way. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about the different types of decks that are in this format and how you should decide what deck you should play. Basically, wow, that was bad. I said basically twice. Anyway, the reason why I decided to make this video was because I realized that I am having a hard time deciding what deck that I should be playing in this current format, and I think in this format especially where you can really run any deck that you want and do successful with it because there are so many different decks that are capable of doing well right now that you have to figure out what type of deck works for you. And yeah, so basically what I did was these are sort of like the best anti-meta decks that we have right now. You have your hero beat deck and then you have your gravekeepers. And then I put the Tengu plant deck in the middle here, and I put the Samurai deck over here. So basically, I put these on a scale of like not aggressive to aggressive. So I'd say that these decks right here, Hero Beat and Gravekeepers, you usually are always trying to play as conservative as you can for the most part. So just by nature, since this is an anti-meta deck, and basically anti-meta, usually the point of it is just to have one monster out there and just like beat them down basically. Um, since that's just how these decks function, by nature they're going to be a little bit less aggressive. So I put those there. So here, I guess in like the middle of the aggressive pack, I put the Chaos Plant deck because now this deck is starting to run cards like Hamster and Raikou, and because of that, you can kind of play conservative and slow if you want to. Obviously, you can also make like three three synchros in a turn if you want, but I think because they have this sort of engine right here, it makes them not as non-aggressive as this deck, but they're definitely not as aggressive as Samurais. So Samurais are definitely the most aggressive deck that we have right now because all of its plays basically revolve around committing to the field in like one way or another. So Samurais obviously don't have, um, you know, Hamster and Raikou, so they are just a lot more aggressive. And I was actually thinking about playing Samurais for nationals because I'm right now trying to test for nationals since I'm not going to Rhode Island. So just basically testing for nationals. But I had Sam's put together and I realized that the deck is just too aggressive for me and I just can't play it because I don't know. I'm just not somebody who wants to play a bunch of cards in one turn. And I know that some of you guys out there probably play this deck. And I know that you might like to play a lot of cards in one turn. And this deck definitely is good. But I just cannot have myself playing this deck because I just don't do as well with these really aggressive decks. Right now, the deck I'm working on the most is this Gravekeeper deck. Gravekeepers I ran a lot. I've played them at like the last 3 big events that I've gone to. And they've just always been really solid for me. And I think because they're, a very conservative slow deck, I mean that's why I've done well with them is because I don't know. I've just basically always gone with the notion that you should play as conservative as you can, like at all times, basically. And basically, you have to figure out for yourself whether you're a non-aggressive player or whether you're an aggressive player. I'm not really gonna tell you which way you should like choose to take your path, I guess, because everybody's different, obviously, and I don't know, how all of you guys play, but I just sort of wanted to bring this to everyone's attention that you basically have to be your own judge of what deck you basically like what type of deck you should run, because I pretty much decided that I will never do well with these aggressive decks because I can't just put my whole hand on the field. When like I can't have myself put my whole field on. I mean, put my whole hand on the field like some other people can with this deck. And I know that people do well with this Sam deck all the time, and I think one of the reasons why the Sam deck is the most topping deck at all these big events is because it's just an aggressive deck, and a lot of newer players just like to, play cards on the field. And, oh, cool, I can, summon this, summon Kagamusha, summon a Kazan, then you can make, a couple synchros. So, yeah, that's that, basically. I mean, and then and I think the reason why at Nationals, this Chaos Plant, Tengu Plant deck is going to be the most played deck is because, like I said from the beginning, it's basically a balance between your anti-meta decks and then your, say, like 6 Sam deck. I think a lot of people are going to realize that it's nice to be able to, slow play it, set your Raikou, flip it, destroy back row, true for Caius. And then when you want to, you can, Tengu, Lone Fire, go to a 5-star, go to an 8-star. So I think people are going to realize that it's really nice to be able to have both options. I probably won't end up running this plant deck just because, like, I don't know, it's just not slow enough for me, basically. But I know that this will probably be the most played deck. For the first reason why I said because it's a nice balance, and also because of Hyper Librarian. But that's another topic for another day. So yeah, guys, sorry if it seemed like I rambled there for a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys the different types of decks, and then talk a little bit about each of them, and all that good stuff. So again, if you guys want to play me Duelist Network, I'll probably be on for like an hour or two after I post this video, so feel free to hit me up on there. And that's really all I have to say, guys. So take it easy and leave me a comment below. Thanks. Peace.